We're getting you set for another rockin' weekend ahead as the Toronto Rock are back at home at the FirstOntario Centre. This should be the last game, we hope, before we can get some fans rocking the rink. In the meantime, let's get you set up for the matchup with the rivals from down the QE as the Buffalo Bandits are in town. And to do that, we welcome their leading scorer, Dan Craig, on the show. Morning, Dan. How are you?
Good. Happy Friday.
Yeah,
Doing well. How are you?
Back at you, buddy. Listen, you must be feeling pretty darn good because you're coming off a career-high 5 goals, 9 points, and a win over Philly. How's that feel?
Yeah, it's always nice to put up points, but the win is much better, right? We had an overall amazing game, top to bottom.
How about that stash? How long? Let's talk about that. That mustache is looking pretty good. When did you start growing that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of flack for it, though. My girlfriend hates it.
You can't get rid of it now after having 9 points against Philly.
Exactly. That's the thing, right? You got to ride the wave.
Okay, listen. Scoring goals, fun, right?
Of course.
Has it changed since you were like a kid growing up scoring lacrosse goals to now scoring with the Toronto Rock? Like, is anything different? Does it still feel like have that same feeling?
Oh, same feeling, right? Scoring goals is like the swish in basketball, right? It's that perfect sound. It's that perfect feeling that never gets old.
Listen, and as a kid growing up, this is where we kind of have a connection because I'm pretty excited because you're a Shelburne lad, right? Grew up in Shelburne, Ontario, on Highway 89. I'm just down the road from you. I grew up in Kenilworth, Ontario. Now you're a lot younger than me, so I don't think we would have faced off in anything. But what was it like growing up in the fine town of Shelburne?
Small town, right? You get to know everybody. My parents grew up there. My grandparents grew up there, so I have a lot of roots there. And I don't live in Shelburne anymore, but of course, with time, there's a lot of change, and Shelburne's a different place now. But when I grew up there, there's obviously a lot of family and friends around, and you know everybody. Essentially, It's one of those small town feelings.
But it's not a lacrosse town, so where'd you play lacrosse as a kid?
I actually played lacrosse in Shelburne.
Did you?
My entire life. I have a lot of friends, obviously, in Orangeville, being that it's a very large lacrosse town, but I was never kind of that go-getter and wanting to be like a big lacrosse star kind of deal. Not that I am now, but I just like playing with my friends in the local small town. And whenever I kind of graduated out of that, I started to get more serious, and I ended up in Barrie and then in Orangeville and further to that at school and then with Toronto.
Right. Okay. So growing up as a kid, like you're watching the Rock, they were the team. Like, who were some guys that you looked up to as a kid, and now being able to play for the team that you grew up watching?
All the big names, right? Colin Doyle's, the Jim Veltmans, Whipper, like from Speedy Stevie Toll, right? That was one of my favorite players just because he could get up the floor so fast. But it is really amazing that Colin's a part of the team this year specifically because it's just a person that not only myself, but so many people looked up to in the GTA.
Yeah. Okay, Buffalo, undefeated. They beat you in the past. How do you beat them Saturday?
We execute the game plan, right? We truly believe that if we start on time, which means that, from the first whistle, we're ready to rock and roll, that we can play with anybody. And it's no different with Buffalo. We know what we need to do. We just have to execute it. And like I say, start on time and finish the game off well.
You lacrosse lads are known for your nicknames. A lot of the time you add a Y or you add an ER. So I'm going to say yours is, I'm going to go Craiger.
Yep, I've got Craiger before.
Okay.
I've got the 007 stuff with my name as well. I've got a lot of different ones.
Like on the announcements, like what do they just say Dan Craig? Like I know there's like Dangerous Dan and there's Rosie. Like do you have like over the loudspeaker? What's your nickname?
It's a great question. I honestly don't know.
Okay, so this is fans. We need to give you a proper nickname. All right, that mustache might be working into your nickname now too.
Oh boy, I hope that doesn't stick.
Don't be getting rid of that now. 9 points. I have a feeling we'll see how many old Craiger can get on Saturday. Note the game time too, because fans not back in there yet, but hopefully for the next game coming up on March the 5th. But in the meantime, you can be watching this on TSN 5. Buffalo in town to face off against the Toronto Rock. Proud Shelburnian. Let's go with that. Shelburnian.
Shelburnite, maybe.
Shelburnite. All right.
Maybe.
Craiger, don't lose that stash. Good seeing you, buddy.
Thanks so much. Take care.